You're welcome back to the Sports Diva YouTube page. A big thank you to all of you that subscribed, all of you that turned on your notification button, and all of you that commented, that liked, and shared. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. So this is me saying thank you, merci beaucoup, thank you so much. So today, I told you I'm definitely coming back with something better. And today, still eyes on Qatar 2022 is the World Cup, baby. I mean, it is a World Cup, and we're just a day away from the 2022 FIFA World Cup that will be happening in Qatar. And a lot of teams, virtually all the teams have arrived Qatar right now, and teams are training, just trying to do light work and everything, and coaches are just trying to get their writing materials, trying to build up to their first 11 for their first group games. So today on this particular video, we'll be taking a look at the group, we'll be taking a look at the countries and the game with particular focus. Sorry, I'm so excited, that's why. With particular focus on African countries in their respective groups and their possibility of making it past the group stages. We are looking at a semi-final berth for African countries. Is it possible? Well, I feel it is possible. Like, I strongly believe that it is possible for an African team to get to the semi-finals. Am I hallucinating? I don't think so. Do I have that strong belief? I strongly do so. All right, so do you know that this particular World Cup, for the first time in history, all African countries are qualified for the World Cup. We have been going to the World Cup with African coaches, not just African coaches. They will be going to the World Cup with coaches from their country. We've been clamoring for these others. We've been saying we have what it takes, We have what it takes to coach African teams. We have what it takes. We don't, as much as I know, okay, the Europeans in terms of technology and advancement, okay, maybe just little, further advanced than some of our, African coaches. But I'm telling you, if our African coaches can open up themselves to learn it, then I feel we have no need to probably go get the services of these foreign coaches, because they do not understand the African football. They do not understand the African way of playing football. They do not understand the physical aspect of our football. And I think that is one thing to a reasonable extent that has actually helped us, come this way or come this far. Firstly, Cameroon will be going to the World Cup with former international in the person of Rigobert Song. Remember, Rigobert Song was actually appointed in the wake of the World Cup, final phase qualifiers, and he was charged with the responsibility of making sure that Cameroon get to the World Cup. They lost the first leg to Algeria, so it was a must-win game for Cameroon, and they won that game. They're in the World Cup. Rigobert Song has a responsibility right now, and that responsibility is to probably get Cameroon to the finals or possibly win the World Cup for Cameroon. Secondly, we have Aliou Cissé of Senegal. Well, Aliou Cissé is just not, any kind of coach right now. I think he's a household name right now, not just for the Senegalese, but I think for so many African, people. Senegal, they didn't win the African Cup of Nations, the last two editions. They came close, but last time they won the African Cup of Nations at the expense of Egypt, beating Egypt by 1-0. And Aliou Cissé at the helm of affairs. And Aliou Cissé will be taking Senegal to the World Cup. And again, we have Morocco, we have Otto Addo. He will be taking Morocco to the World Cup. And again, we have Ghana, and we have Jalil Kadri taking Ghana to the World Cup. And again, we have Tunisia. We have a lot of, African countries right here, doing as well. And sorry, I think for Ghana, we have Otto Addo. Yes, I'm sure for Ghana, Otto Addo. And Jalil Kadri is actually Tunisia. Otto Addo is for Ghana, because I remember back then, when the whole selection process, I remember former Brighton and Hove manager Albion, probably linked to the Ghanaian job. But at the end of the day, the Ghana FA has to settle with Otto Addo. And for Morocco, you have Walid. Walid is actually taking Morocco to the World Cup, and Otto Addo is taking Ghana to the World Cup, and then you have Jalil Kadri taking Tunisia to the World Cup. So you see, all these African countries have African coaches, not just African coaches, they have coaches from their country taking them to the World Cup, and it's something to be excited about. And I think maybe this might just be that year that Africa will win the World Cup. Something that Rigobert Song, something that Aliou Cissé, Addo can actually do for Africa right now. And quickly, let's get you to, the group. And in Group A, we have the host nation, Qatar. We have Ecuador, we have Senegal, and we have Netherlands. Now, Senegal in Group A. Senegal are defending champions, the AFCON defending champions. What are we expecting from Senegal? Like I said in the last video, I said, if there's going to be any country that will prove a hard nut for Senegal to crack, that will or that might prove a hard nut for Senegal to crack, that should be Netherlands. I think Senegal can get past Qatar. I think Senegal can get past Ecuador. All right. All they need to do is make sure they start their first game very well. And the first game is Qatar up against, Ecuador. So it means Senegal will be playing up against Netherlands. So they have to start their first game against Netherlands. Is it possible for Senegal to get 3 points? Yes, it is so much possible for Senegal to get 3 points against Netherlands. So I feel Senegal have a very, very strong chance of coming out of this group. If not as group winners, maybe as runners-up. It is possible for Senegal to actually come out of this group. And Netherlands, Louis van Gaal, like the last time in the video, I told you, it's more like, a rebuilding process for Netherlands right now. And they have to get this one right. They definitely have to get this one right. And away from that, you have Group B, where you have the Three Lions, England, you have Iran, you have USA, you have Wales. Now, there's something, peculiar about this group. England and Wales. When you're going for the Olympics, England and Wales, they team up together as Team GB. But right now, they are coming to the World Cup as separate countries. Remember, Wales has not been to the World Cup since 1958. So it is more like a defining moment, a moment of history for them. And for England, they came close Euro 2020 that was played in 2021, where they lost to Italy at Wembley, penalties, and then Bukayo Saka actually missing the decisive penalty. Well, that's a story for another day anyway. But I think this time around, England understand what they have to do. Gareth Southgate knows what he has to do. And like the last time I gave you, more like update, and I said the likes of Harry Kane, this might actually be his last World Cup. You never can tell. It might, or it might not be his last World Cup. You have youngsters like Bukayo Saka. You have Phil Foden, who has been fantastic for Manchester City. You have a couple of players behind the sticks. You have Jordan Pickford. I just don't know who he started, but I think right now I might actually make my best pick to be Jordan Pickford for the Three Lions. Then you have fantastic Aaron Ramsdale of Arsenal. If it's about the caliber of players England are going to the World Cup with, well, individually, they've been doing well for their respective clubs, but the problem right now is trying to come together and play as a country and as a team. So you have England, you have Iran, USA will. So I'm definitely going to be taking England to actually, make it through out of the group stages of that group. Iran, USA, and Wales. Well, Wales have the services of Gareth Bale. He was once, the highest, player to have ever being bought when he left Tottenham Hotspur to Real Madrid. It was a world record fee at that point. He had to smash the world record fee that Real Madrid paid Manchester United for the services of Cristiano Ronaldo. And you have Aaron Ramsey, former Arsenal player, former Juve player, who currently plays with Rangers. So you see, they have, one or two players that can actually make the difference. Then you have United States of America. They are parading the former, the son of former African Footballer of the Year. I mean, the person of George Weah. And I think the United States of America, well, a footballing nation, I don't think so. But can they actually do something? Well, they can. Iran, well, they are just there. So I think right now that group is for anybody. But I'm certain that England will definitely come out of that group. Like, I am so certain that England will make it out of Group B. And in Group C, you have Argentina, you have Saudi Arabia, you have Mexico, you have Poland. Now, Argentina, Messi scored in Argentina's last warm-up, game before the World Cup. Now, Messi understands the weight of this particular tournament. He wants to win the World Cup, and it might just be his last chance to win the World Cup. He understands. Every player in that Argentine team understands that Messi wants to win the World Cup. They will just have to help him, because when you help him, automatically you're helping yourself and you're helping the entire country. So Argentina, definitely, they are my pick to actually make it out of that group, Group C. And then you have Poland, and they have the services of Robert Lewandowski, one of the hottest strikers. Well, we know Erling Haaland is just in the world of his own right now, but Robert Lewandowski, you're not going to take it away from him. He is a little weapon for Poland, but it's not just him doing the job alone, all right? He knows he has to score goals, but when he scores goals and they are not defending when there's a problem. So Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. Well, like I said, I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed on that particular group, but I'm tipping Argentina to win that particular group, and there won't be any Nigeria for Argentina to probably try to hold on to right now. And in Group D, you have defending champions. You have France, you have Australia, you have Denmark, and you have Tunisia. Defending champions, France, yes, they won the 2018 World Cup in Russia, beating Croatia by 4-2. Well, Paul Pogba is not in that team, but They have players that can actually do the damage. And you have Tunisia in that particular team or in that particular group right there. Tunisia is the second African country, and Australia, Denmark, I'm tipping France to actually win that group. Tunisia, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know the strength of Tunisia. I don't know the strength of the Carthage Eagles. I don't know. But, I'm so hopeful. I'm so hopeful that African countries will make us proud in this World Cup. So if we keep our fingers crossed, Tunisia can actually beat Denmark. Tunisia can actually beat Australia. Well, you might actually have a major upset. That is, if France doesn't go through as group winners, but I'm certain the France will be in the knockout stages of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And in Group E, you have former champions. You have Spain, you have Costa Rica, you have former world champions, you have Germany, and then you have Japan. It's a very tough group. Now, you have Spain, you have Germany. Who wins the group? Who goes through as second runners-up? That is where the whole mathematics is right now. And Spain are going to the World Cup with Luis Enrique, and Germany are going to the World Cup with a different manager. The last time Germany was at the World Cup, it was with a certain Joachim Low, and this time around, it is not a Low taking them to the World Cup. And Spain are going to the World Cup with Luis Enrique. The last time Spain went to the World Cup, it was disastrous. Like, it was really, really disastrous. That was with Milan Lopetegui, but we're definitely not going to be talking about that right now. But, at this point, I feel it's a tournament that, Germany and Spain can actually come out of this group, unless we have major upset. The World Cup has in years given us major upset. The last time Germany won the World Cup, they came back for the World Cup and they exited the group stages. And imagine a country like Italy that won the Euro 2020, they are not in the World Cup. So this is just a surprise. And Spain won the World Cup. You know what happened the next time? So maybe, just maybe, but we're giving our fingers crossed. So I'm tipping Spain and Germany. Well, I don't know. Costa Rica and Japan can actually, come up with a surprise, but Spain and Germany for me right there in Group E. And in Group F, you have Belgium, you have Canada, you have another African team, and that is the third, Morocco, and then you have Croatia. Second runners of Croatia, the last time in Russia. Belgium, they attacked the golden age, and they feel if they don't win it under Roberto Martinez, maybe they might not just get this crop of players who could actually get the job done for Belgium. So it is make or mark for Belgium. Well, I actually use the word make or mark because these guys know that, man, maybe we might not just get this crop of players. You have Torgan Hazard, Eden Hazard, KDB, you have Axel Witsel, you have Romelu Lukaku, you have, players, man, I'm telling you, these guys actually have good players. You have veteran, you have players that are actually going the extra mile. Just Thibaut Courtois behind the sticks for them. And then if they don't win it, it's actually going to be difficult. But we're definitely going to get to the point where we probably look at our favorite for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. So Morocco. I think Morocco can actually come out of this group. Yes, it looks difficult on paper because you have Belgium, you have Croatia, you have Canada, but I feel Morocco can actually come out of this group. They get their first win. They open the group stages with a very good result. Then I think the pressure will not be much on them. But the pressure becomes much on Morocco if they don't win or get a good result in their opening group game. So we are just hopeful. I'll keep on using the word hopeful because when it comes to Africa right now, we are way behind when it has to do with, playing football, especially global tournaments like the World Cup. So we are hopeful that something will come out of this one. And the next group we have is Group G, where we have 5-time winners, Brazil, we have Serbia, we have Switzerland, and then we have Cameroon. A lot of persons feel, Cameroon cannot actually come out of that group. Well, I don't belong to that, school of thought. I strongly have this feeling that Cameroon will actually come out of that group. Will Brazil come out as group winners? Well, a lot of persons are tipping Brazil to come out as group winners, but I feel Cameroon can actually, stage a surprise with Rigobert's song at the helm of affairs. And finally, the last but not the least, we have Portugal. We have Ghana, we have Uruguay, and South Korea. Ghana can actually come out of this group. Yes, Ghana can make it out of this group. Uruguay and Ghana, well, it's a rivalry that's been renewed, and I hope at this time around that the Black Stars of Ghana will get their own pound of flesh against Uruguay. So please, thank you so much for watching. Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button, like, comment, and share, and please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Sponsor my YouTube channel. Definitely, you're going to be getting all the best with regards to the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Thank you very much.